EVs are terrible. Well, at least that's what a lot of people say in my comments, because I post about the Cybertruck and a lot of Teslas. But I also post content on my Acura NSX, which I'm driving right now, and my Honda S2000. And the feedbacks are usually more positive on these classic cars with the engine and the manual transmission, and a lot less positive comments and actually some hate comments on the EVs, especially the Cybertruck. I get that the EVs are polarizing, especially the Cybertruck, but this is the first time I've seen the car community split between EVs and non-EVs. I always thought of the car community as a place where people come together, and although we have a lot of differences, we always combine our similarities with cars. I mean, car meets is where I can talk to CEOs of huge companies and be on the same level as them. It's crazy, because where else can you connect with people and just be on the same level? A CEO and somebody that works for a Starbucks as a barista can just talk at the same level because they share the same passion, cars. But EVs are a different breed. I guess you can say that EVs are like microwaves and they're not cars. I guess that's what the argument is. But I feel like there's a natural progression of people that drive gasoline cars that move into EV cars, and they love it for the performance. Now, the performance of EVs is just groundbreakingly crazy. Like my Cybertruck does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, but even like the Model Y performance does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, which is faster than this supercharged NSX can ever get. And I guess it kind of breaks the mold, so it upsets people, because before, to get that kind of performance, you need like a Bugatti or a super hype car Lamborghini to get that speed, right? And it's not all about the speed. I think there's a lot of charm and excitement that comes into the engine. You hear an engine rev up, it's like, oh, it sounds good, right? And shifting the gear, it just sounds good. Even though I'm not going super fast, I feel the adrenaline, it's exciting, it's fun, and the shifts are harsh. It's just the experience, right? And I get that. You don't get that in the EV, which is why I'm not selling the Acura NSX, at least not for a while, and not selling the Honda S2000, because I actually enjoy driving these cars much more than the Cybertruck, than the Model Y performance. But there's a lot of benefits of EVs too. The speed, the acceleration is crazy. The lack of maintenance. Like this car, we need to go in for oil changes and timing belt, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong because there's just more parts. And yes, EVs can have problems too. You might go as extreme as saying the battery needs replacement, right? That's like the most extreme repair that you can have on an EV, which is essentially equivalent to an engine replacement on a normal car. So all that can happen too. But EVs have the pleasure of being able to charge at night when you plug into a charge at home and not have to worry about ever going to the gas station. So that's one great thing about having an EV. And it's also a more modern car with the integration of the cell phone app. You can unlock your car. You can even turn on the climate control when you're in your home, in your office, before you even get out to your car. You can monitor your car with your phone. You can track your car with your phone. So technology is like really, really on the cutting edge when you are in an EV, especially like a Tesla. So there's a lot of good things about it, and there's also a lot of things that you miss from having the gasoline counterpart, or not even the counterpart, but just like gasoline cars in the past, right? And I think EVs is what's gonna make these classic cars like the NSX, the S2000, the Porsche 911, the Porsche GT3, any of the manual transmission, or even the muscle cars like the Pontiacs, the Mustangs, the real brute power, the engines that don't care about fuel efficient but just make great power and sound amazing, they're gonna go up in value because there's going to be less and less of them being produced and being on the road, and it's going to be a rare sight to see, and they'll feel more special. And I think that's actually the perk of EVs, and that's the current situation. Like in a perfect world, I would love to have a very fast NSX that has an EV engine. Oh wait, that's the new NSX, right? So there's hybrids. So hybrids are starting to be more accepted, right? There's a Corvette E-Ray, C8 E-Ray, and there's the Acura NSX, the second generation, that has a hybrid V6 with EV, producing amazing power. But and there's a Porsche EV too, the Porsche hybrid hype car, right? So there's a kind of a nice line in the middle with these hybrids, because they're starting to blend the line of getting that awesome performance. There's this fine line of awesome performance that you can get by adding the EV engine, but still keep the gasoline engine. And I think that's a perfect medium. So in terms of sports car, I feel like the hybrid C8 E-Ray or the hybrid NSX, they make sense. They're very powerful. The one thing that gets us all together in the car community, that connects us, even if they're different, right? Because when you go to a car meet, there's muscle cars, there's JDM cars, there's European cars, there's American cars, but we all get along. How come we don't get along the same way with EVs? That part I don't get. So if anyone in the comments can help me understand, I feel like the car community still needs to be together. Yes, there are EVs, and yes, there are classic gasoline cars, and then there's hybrids. We should all just be together, because there's pros and cons of each. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite vehicle? And if you don't like EV, tell me, why not? I'm genuinely curious. Why don't you like it? Is it because it's too fast and it doesn't have the sound? Or maybe they're too expensive and sadly you can't afford one? Because I think a lot of hate comes from people that can't afford EVs, sadly. I hope you all can afford EVs because they're going down in prices, but what is the reason that you guys hate so much on EVs? Let me know in the comments down below, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!